The war between the Israeli military and Hezbollah keeps moving beyond the border. Targeted strikes, deeper inside Lebanon and kilometers away from the battleground, are becoming more frequent. Israel has been tracking down commanders and fighters of the armed group. But in the latest strikes, civilians, including children, were among the victims. Hezbollah says the attacks were deliberate and part of an Israeli strategy to pressure the group into halting the fighting.
Our response to the massacre will be to continue the confrontation and escalate our attacks. The enemy should expect this. The enemy must know that it went too far by targeting civilians. They will pay the price in blood.
Until now, the warring sides have been conducting what has been described as a calculated escalation. An all-out war would hurt them both.
It seems they forgot that the resistance in Lebanon has precision-guided missiles capable of reaching Kiryat Shimona to Eilat.
Israel too has been threatening to do what officials say would be a copy-paste from Gaza to Beirut, but they also say they prefer not to get there.
We don't want to go to war. We are interested in reaching an agreement that will safely enable the return of residents of the north to their homes under an agreeable process. But if there is no choice, we will act.
Residents of southern Lebanon fear a new phase of violence.
Israel is trying to find a pretext to widen the conflict. It wants to expand the war. Hezbollah is trying to avoid a full-blown war, but Israel is not even listening to the U.S. administration.
Hezbollah, which accuses the U.S. of complicity in the war on Gaza, appears to be preparing for a long fight. Surrender, it says, is not an option. The conflict here is linked to the war on Gaza. Hezbollah has repeatedly said there can be no halt to the fighting until the aggression on the Strip ends. Hezbollah is also part of the so-called Axis of Resistance. Iran, which leads that group, is also warning of severe consequences for Israel if it launches an offensive on Rafah in the south of Gaza. And that's why the coming days could determine the trajectory of this confrontation. Zeina, Khodr, Al Jazeera, Nabatiyeh, Southern Lebanon.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.